You were a little.
Hey, welcome back to It's Happening Now, everybody. I'll introduce my compadres here. We got Devin, we got Chris,
What
we
up,
got
what
Greg,
up?
myself, Scott. How you doing?
I always put my
And-
hand all the way up here.
Teacher, can I go to the bathroom?
Sure, you have a hall pass.
Hold it.
Go ahead, Scott.
Believe it or not, tonight, yet again, we're going to dive into some corruption that's happening with a Judge Merchant's family towards Trump, of course.
Before we get in the story, though, can we get a smash that like button?
Yes,
share,
you can. You're
subscribe.
right. Thank you for reminding me. Please smash the like button. Subscribe is free. Share it. Scream it from the rooftops for us. Tell all your friends and family. So we got this is Jesse Waters revealed the multi-million-dollar perk going to Judge Merchant's family for taking Trump to court in bogus hush money case.
Now,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
So if you want to dive into this story here, we won't need to scroll it down. It's small. You guys can't read it. But what Jesse Waters has investigated and uncovered, according to Jesse Waters, is the case that he is pursuing against Trump and with Stormy Daniels has made over $10 million paid to him by Adam Schiff. So the judge's family is currently being paid by Adam Schiff over $10 million. Adam Schiff, this is the guy who conspired with Michael Cohen, the star witness in the case. Now, to make it worse, Manchin just put a gag order on Trump that he can't talk about his family, the judge's family. And that's probably because his daughter is a Democrat consultant whose clients are, can you guys guess who his clients are?
Shifty Shift.
Anybody?
The Bidens.
I was going to say.
So, does this not sound like a major conflict of interest? Hi, my daughter works for the Bidens and Adam Schiff. Adam Schiff is paying me $10 million, but you know what I mean? And we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to try this case because I'm
against your political opponent.
I'm getting rich off this case.
Yeah. And I heard he was talking about my daughter. So can you go ahead and shut him up so he can't say anything about my daughter and what she's doing and who she works for? It seems very conspicuous.
Well, I mean, does any of this surprise you guys? I mean, they just made him last week pay how many $100 million for something else?
100. Yeah, 100. What was it? 170 or something? 120? I can't remember.
100.
We did a whole segment on it.
What shouldn't surprise you is the fact that there's more realities of Democrats using their positions to get people that they want, family jobs, so that they can build more relationships. It's just like they did back in the Middle Ages. And
Devin, the hell you say? They would never do something like that. The hell you say?
Case in point, man. You just showed it.
If America was a kingdom, there is surely troubling times in the kingdom. You know I'm saying?
There is. And
I don't know what you're talking about. They're more tied together.
I don't even see how he's even allowed to try the case. I mean, it's an open and shut case of conflict of interest. Like point blank. Like it's so blatant that there's a lot of conflict here.
Yeah.
You can't legally that judge shouldn't be allowed to try this case.
No, he shouldn't. You're 100% right there. It's sad that this is going on. Trump wasn't attacking his daughter. He just said what she did for a living. He said, look, your daughter is a Democrat activist / consultant who works for the Bidens and Adam Schiff. That is completely a conflict of interest. If my kid works for somebody and I'm a judge going to case, let's say my kid works at a high-level job at GM and I'm hearing a case over GM, that's conflict of interest. Right. I can't do that because I'm going to I have a bias because I want my kid to keep his job. I want the company not to be damaged for my child. So if his child is working for the Bidens and Adam Schiff, well, who benefits from Adam Schiff or from Biden winning the election? You know what I mean? And who benefits? They do. And the daughter does. So if Trump's found guilty, his daughter and the Bidens benefit. This is
and they make millions.
And they make millions. This is Russian style corruption at the best. You know what I mean? At the least. I'm sorry. It is beyond anything that I would have ever could have imagined.
Actually, I think we can just be safe and now say that it's just American corruption. It's common, very easily seeable American corruption.
Common.
This has been going on. This has been going on for probably about 6 years.
I mean, you gotta look at it, like Adam Schiff also was the one who brought up the charges against Trump. Try to get him. What's the word for it? Impeach. Yeah. I swear, every time I'm looking for it, it's like, bye.
We have compromising photos of Mr. Trump.
Well, I mean,
in a hotel, and he's like, "Yeah, really?
The funny part of
those." And that was a comedian.
The funny part about that, though, when he was trying to do the impeachment on Trump twice, not just one, but once, but twice. They sat there and said, "Oh, we have all this evidence, all this." Every time the camera's on, all this evidence. They closed that door. We have nothing on him, and they admitted they said that. Yeah. Like they was like, they go behind closed doors and be like, "Yeah, we have nothing. None of it's true."
It shouldn't surprise you. I mean, they hit him on the real estate thing or whatever. There was no crime done there, but they still made him pay a bunch of money. So this is just again our new norm. This is
It's what you're not allowed to do. It's attacking your political opponent during an election. You're not allowed to. Not to this extent.
No.
You know
Careful,
what I mean?
bro. I think I see a red dot on your head, bro. Be careful.
I'm just saying, like, you could put a commercial out. You can put a commercial out and all that against your political opponent, but you can't sit there and drag him through trial after trial after trial.
What the hell you say? They sure can. That's what they're doing.
But they are. They 100% are. But you're not supposed to be allowed to do that. Like, but that's what they're doing. They're keeping him busy in court, and then they're like, in court. And then they're like, look at Biden. He's out there on the campaign trail. And where's Trump? It's like, well, Trump's out there, but he's also dealing with all these charges you guys keep on bringing up on. That make no sense.
Right.
I mean, love him or hate him. Any normal person should be able to look at these cases and say, that makes no sense. He borrowed money from a bank and then he paid that bank back
with interest. Right.
Yeah.
Everybody was happy. I don't know what the problem was.
That one made no sense. Now this one makes no sense.
Right.
Protecting your family, it's abuse of power, it's conflict of interest. It shouldn't be going on, but they're continuously just trying to drag this dude through mud.
All right. I think anybody, Republican or Democrat, no matter who you are, can agree with me. I don't believe that anybody should be hushed in any case. Yeah, I think you have freedom of speech regardless. I don't get how we can get to this point. No, I disagree. I think that you have the right to speak your mind. And whether or not people listen to you is their own decision.
Right.
Why are you silencing the speech of everyone? Because is it because
they're not.
They're belief? Or are you trying to get a certain opinion?
They're only silencing their political opponent.
Well, no, I think what he's saying though is it's just like us. So there's certain things we can't say. We know that.
Okay, yeah, you got me there. Yeah.
You know, so that, Devin, that's again one of our new norms. That's the norm now, which is completely against the law and our Constitution, but that's our new norm.
Well, yeah, because
I don't like it either.
It definitely sucks when you see a story that you really want to hit on because it's a good story and you have a lot to talk about on that one. And the American people, in my opinion, deserve to know about the things that we were going to talk about yesterday.
Know about it.
But you look at it and you're like, if we do, we've already had a warning from that once. So it's like, if we do, we're trying to grow here. I ain't scared to talk about it, but I don't want to ruin something I'm trying to build.
Right.
And that's not right. They shouldn't silence us
if we
from being able to say those things.
Yeah, they ban us permanently, and then what do we do? Unfortunately, we don't have enough money to start our own channel or whatever.
We don't have any money. We don't have money on here, Scott.
We got money.
hold on a second. Well, I'm saying this right here isn't making any money right now. That's why we stress the please like, subscribe, and share.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to build something here. But until we got lawyers and stuff like that, and we become Joe Rogan. Well, we probably will never meet that, but a Steven Crowder, a Tim Pool, what I mean, something on that level.
I believe
we don't have lawyer money like that.
I believe in our two fans that watch us every night that we can become Joe Rogan.
That's right.
Oh,
they're going to help us out.
They're going to grow and grow and grow.
That's right.
Until there are millions watching us every night.
That's right.
That would be nice.
It would be.
One of these days. What are you doing, Greg?
I am looking for another story that I was going to.
We have another story in the wings. Are we going to talk about
that? That's what I was looking for. I was looking.
Before we move on to that, Stuart Owen says, "When the truth hurts, we must silence the infidels."
This is true. I mean,
you are right. You are 100% right.
The main story, which I don't think is on Gateway Pundit, that I would like to get into. I didn't see anything. Is the CIA has warned Israel that Iran will attack for the bombing of the consulate or the missile strike within 48 hours. So can
you just say what your source is on that so people can go look at it?
There's a story on CNN.
You almost the CIA.
I'm trying to do two things at once on X. All right. Which is, X which is now, formerly Twitter. And I can't find it on any news right now. They're doing a live talk about it on Twitter right now, or X. So I was trying to find the story, which I saw a bit earlier today, but I can't seem to locate it. And that's what I was trying to do. But right now they're doing a live on X. Nick Sorter, Iran to attack Israel within the next 48 hours. Let me see if I can find something here. Let me do a little search here. Maybe find something I can pull up. But guys, go ahead, and if you guys want to, think
I'm trying to find something right now.
I think we might as well bring this up. I think it's kind of funny that this happened. We were just talking. I don't know if you guys heard or not, but a massive earthquake happened in Taiwan.
Yeah.
7.4. I think it was 7.4 magnitude.
Yes, it was.
Surprisingly few people died, but a lot of damage, and so China, of course, can't help itself, but to do some intimidation.
Jumping a little bit right there, but. I can on that story. While I look up this story, I can bring this.
So China's
up.
30 planes and
they
9
keep
vessels over and around the earthquake.
Right. They keep kind of flexing their muscles towards, Taiwan. They want Taiwan something awful.
Oh, they do.
Oh, yeah. They do.
I mean,
they're our direct ally.
Yeah, right. I mean,
this is the tsunami that hit Taiwan after that earthquake. Just a quick video, if you guys, just to show the devastation in which Taiwan is facing right now.
Wow.
Kind of reminds you of Japan, does it not? I'm going to kill the sound so we can talk and they can see the video as it plays through.
Yeah, it was bad, dude. I've seen the dude in the swimming pool.
Yeah,
going like this. I was like, man, he just chilling too. I was like, I wouldn't be in that swimming pool no more.
I pray for the people of Taiwan. That's terrible. I mean, could you imagine? I mean,
he just washes away the cars.
People are probably in those cars. There are people that were driving, kids playing, houses. If you can look at the background, just inundated. I mean, there's going to be a large death toll from that.
Right.
And that's a terrible thing. So my heart goes out to everybody in Taiwan right now.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Hope everybody's safe and
It was definitely a horrible thing. I mean, I couldn't. The 7.4. That's not a small little earthquake.
No, it's not.
No, that was a big one.
Yeah, it was.
But I don't really agree with any leader, no matter who it is, doing something like that, like a show of force. Like it was very obvious that it was a intimidation tactic to a country that's currently suffering a major catastrophe.
Right.
The only type of person that does that is a absolute piece of garbage.
Right. Yeah, during a natural,
garbage
disaster, and then to do that, but it doesn't surprise me. People take advantage of every, vantage point they can. So they say, hey, an earthquake hit. They're a little weak right now. Everybody's attention is directed somewhere else. Let's go play around a little. You know what I mean? And I don't agree with it, but
this breaking right now, heavy fighting in eastern Iran after the Balochi separatists and Josh Al-Daw attacked police stations and IRGC. I believe that's Iranian Royal Guard weapons depot near the border with Pakistan. And there's a video. I can bring that up.
So go ahead.
So is there Iranian civil war going on right now?
I'm not sure what's going on, but you can hear gunfire in the background.
There you go. Right about right there. Yeah. Yep, the whole world is. It seems like the whole world's starting to burn, bro. It's really.
It truly is.
This is also the beginnings of. I would say this is probably going to be the beginning of a new era. I mean, I really hope that those people in Iran are able to overthrow their government and be able to get freedom back for themselves.
Hopefully, I mean, if it's about freedom, hopefully it's not just a power vacuum like in Syria and stuff like that, where it just becomes a death toll. I mean, and look here, I want to bring this up. What Stuart said, the last thing he said: a weak leader will show us our enemies as they will announce and flex their muscles towards the country, such as China is doing towards the USA. Mm-hmm. I mean, that has got a lot of truth to it because. It's been happening. It's happening all across the world. Iran gets, Israel bombs Iran. Now the people are standing up. They're taking advantage of their government being weak. Now that's a good thing. Like I said, unless it's a power vacuum, you know what I mean? Where next thing you know, there's a new ISIS or a new whoever, you know what I mean? New group. And they just go around and just start mowing people down like they're known to do. But what are you showing us now, Greg? No, it's still that.
Yeah.
Dude, that freaked me out a little bit. I was like, they just poked their head up. Like, bloop. Yeah. Oh, they're shooting. I thought.
Yeah, they're the people with the guns right there.
Okay, hey, look, tell me what in the blue. I thought it was like an old lady or something poking her head up.
Yeah. Oh. So I mean, there's heavy fighting going on there. So I mean, definitely something is breaking in Iran right now. Do you think this is the start of the World War? I mean, this is definitely.
I think it is because I think it. Go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
Bring fire to the Middle East.
Yeah, it is, and we've been letting these people run through our borders too. So that's what I was saying earlier when we was having a conversation was. 10 million plus immigrants have come through our border in the last couple of years. They're used to this stuff. Yeah, us Americans, we're not used to this. I mean, remember when the trade towers got hit?
Yeah.
How big of a shock that was to you when you realized it? I mean, to tell you the truth, I thought it was fake. I thought it was some bootleg movie. I was young. I was young. I was a teenager, and I seen it. I was like, "What is on?" I turned the TV off because I thought it was fake. I thought it was just some like bootleg movie that just popped on because I just woke up, you know what I mean? Turned it off. And then I go downstairs and my brother was like, oh man, no, we started watching it too. Like, look at this bootleg movie. His wife came home and was like, did you see what happened to the trade towers? We was like, no, that ain't real. There ain't no way that's real. And no, it was, it was real.
But initially, everybody thought at first, like, oh, that's not real. And then they were like, uh-oh, I think that is real, you know?
So,
right. But what I'm getting at with that is Americans we're not used to that type of violence. You know what I mean? Those type of attacks. And we start getting hit like that, man. I think a lot of people would freak out. Like,
oh, yeah. I mean,
what I get from, I guess I'm pronouncing this Balochi, Balochi.
Sounds like Balochi.
Separatists are freedom fighters in Iran.
Okay.
So I believe the freedom fighters have seen an opportunity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With Israel hitting the consulate, and then Iran saying they're going to retaliate against Israel within the next 48 hours. I believe these separatists, these freedom fighters, have decided to
seize the opportunity.
Yeah, seize the opportunity and take the fight to Iran. I mean, the people in Iran hate their government. They in no way, shape, or form want to be led by the Ayatollah. They riot all the time. The young people, they want to go back to freedom. People say, "Oh, but you can't attack the way they are." They live and how they want to, practice their faith. They never wanted to practice that type of faith.
Well, yeah, and I mean,
it was forced upon them.
It's like America. I mean, here in America, we aren't forced into one religion. We are. You have. Yeah. You could choose anyone you want. You have that opportunity to be a Christian, a Catholic, a Jewish religion, Muslim, Buddhism, whatever religion you want to practice in America, you can. You have every right to do so.
That right there,
and you shouldn't be hated on for it either.
That's Tehran, Iran, 1971.
Oh, Iran used to be a beautiful place.
I mean, look at the people, how they're dressed.
Oh yeah, I know. I seen that, and I mean, you can say the same thing about Venezuela. Right. Like the way it used to be, it was one of the fastest growing places in the world. But
now, if the women don't wear the hijab, they get beat, they get killed, they get shot, they get arrested.
Right.
This is forced upon the women. The women in the 1970s. I mean, what is that? Less than 50 years ago. What?
I thought Devin was going to say something.
No, I'm pretty sure they're considered like property right now, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they are.
They just get acknowledged as like
Saudi Arabia.
That was Saudi Arabia.
About 5 or 10 years ago, scientists finally decided that women are mammals.
Yeah.
Before then, they were just
breaking boundaries everywhere.
And this is that goes across the world. Besides, in very few countries, and it blows your mind when you really look at it. A lot of countries, women don't have the right to. What was it Saudi Arabia or China? One of them, they just got the right to drive. Right. I think it was Saudi Arabia, but I may be wrong about that. You guys should probably fact check that one before you go around telling anybody. Don't tell them I said.
No, that is actually that's fact. They not too long ago got the ability to drive.
I just can't remember where
that was Saudi Arabia.
Was it Saudi? Okay, but there are a lot of countries where women don't get the rights to do a lot of things. And then look at what they do in America, though.
Well, there's a lot of countries that they don't get, and nobody really gets any choices. You do as you're told, or there's severe consequences.
In America,
everybody, no matter what your sex is, what your religion is, what your preference on sexuality is,
right?
Everybody deserves the right to be free, be you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on it. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of Americans, if they had their choice, would make the entire world a lot like we are, but
all right.
Certain leaders, certain countries, whatever, they don't want that. So
right.
What do we do? You know what I mean? There's nothing we can really do about that.
Well, that's why I understand. That's why I understand I don't like it, because our country deserves the right to have a border, but it being flooded like it has,
right.
You know what I mean? I understand why they would love to come here is because of the freedoms we have here. Now go ahead. I didn't know you were bringing that up.
Right. Go ahead.
Right.
we're talking, I was just letting them see Iran is expected to attack Israel within 48 hours. The destruction of the Iranian consulate in Syria that killed dozens of senior Iranian officials and generals risk escalating into a major war in the region. The American Intelligence Service, CIA, has warned Israel to expect a military response from Iran within 48 hours. Iran is said to be planning a combined attack with a rain of drones and missiles fired from its bases at strategic locations inside Israel. I don't know what you think about Israel or what you think about Iran, but when this kind of stuff happens, it's the civilians that suffer the most.
Right.
Oh yeah, we're the cannon falter.
Yeah,
Right.
We're the ones that get hit. I've never understood that either. I used to say this all the time, like, why when like the America's got an issue with somebody else, or like usually Israel and Iran, right?
Yeah.
Why don't we just put them in a ring and everybody knows where I'm going to go with this, right? And then let them box it out. You remember Celebrity Death Match?
I love
The problem is we would lose, and I don't want to lose.
Well, right now we would. If Donald Trump was in there, he'd be not going to be.
Yeah,
I mean,
the problem is that our leaders are usually fairly weak people. So
right, but they have to hide behind real men who can fight.
yeah.
Weak
in a
men
way,
hide behind real men.
although in a way that was what the Olympics were about, competing against different countries to kind of say, hey, we're the winners, we're the superior ones, but in a more or less friendly manner.
Why can't we just all be human beings?
Right.
Why can't we all just get along? No.
Because
I think that's
governments,
copyrighted. Don't say that.
governments
Martin
don't,
Lawrence.
governments
Sorry.
don't want us to get along. Governments
Right.
want us to fight each other. Because if I'm distracted and I hate Devin, which I do. No, I'm just joking, Devin.
No, I understand why.
This is no surprise, is it, Devin?
If I'm so enthralled with hating who I'm told to hate, I'm not paying attention to what they're doing.
Right, behind the curtain.
Right.
You know
That's
what I
why
mean?
they do that. That's why they continuously put us against each other with racism
Right.
and all the other stuff.
It's the typical
the sex thing, the Republican and Democrat thing. They just want us fighting all the time. So then we're not looking over here while they're over there doing all that
it's
crazy
the magic
shit.
trick. It's, hey, look at what this hand is doing. You have no idea what the other one's doing behind the
over
screen.
here.
You know what I mean?
If you think the Democrats care about transgenders or gay people or black people or Hispanic people or white people or any people, you're sadly mistaken. They care about power. And you're just a tool that they can use for power.
Right.
The Democrat Party is the party of slavery, the party of Jim Crow laws, the party of racism.
Joe Biden, did you just say Joe Biden's best friend's name?
Yes.
Wasn't that?
Oh,
what was his name? He was the one who had the Jim Crow laws.
You're talking about, he's from West Virginia.
He died recently.
He was also Hillary Clinton's best friend and mentor. What is that? It's West Virginia. He was a high-ranking recruiter for the KKK.
Right. I didn't mean to bring that up. You can continue.
That's a good story. I get tired of the Democrats saying, well, they switched sides. They'd never switch sides.
That never happened.
I'll be
that
honest.
is the biggest myth.
You can bring that up, but I wanna bring up some funny story after this. So
Senator Byrd was his name.
Yeah, Larry Bird. Oh no, I said Larry Bird.
No, he was a basketball player.
Oh no,
Senator Robert Byrd. Okay. He was a West Virginia senator. He was a high-ranking recruiter for the KKK. Joe Biden's friend, Hillary Clinton's best friend and mentor.
Right.
All right.
Right.
And if you talk to a Democrat, okay, they're like, well, but people change. Oh, well, the people on the right never change. Trump, he's a racist, and everybody's on the right's a racist for life. But somebody who legitimately is a racist, somebody like Joe Biden, who says, I don't want my kids, when they were trying to desegregate schools, I don't want my kids going to a school, a racial jungle. You know what I mean? And then we need the black people in the grocery stores to stock the shelves. He says racist crap all the time. He has said the N-word in the Senate. I couldn't even count how many times.
Yeah, and they called it. Look, that all those crazy times he said that. Look, the numerous times. You're not wrong, but I've seen that. And then they sit there and they turn around and they say, "Trump's a racist. Trump's a racist. Trump's a racist." Yeah. Joe Biden is one of the biggest racists in that place.
He is,
and he's in the White House now, and everybody's like, "I don't understand." Do you remember if you vote for me? If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Like,
yeah.
If it was anybody else that said that. Black Americans would have lost their freaking minds, man.
Oh yeah,
but because it was Joe Biden, he's just an old man. It's okay. It's like that dude.
Really they don't.
Democrats change. They change. They're racist when they're young. They say racist things when they get older, but they change. No, you guys are brainwashed. All right. I love everybody. I hate nobody until you give me a reason to hate you. Right. And the fact that I talk to Black Americans all the time. And when I get into that thing, I'm like, how brainwashed are you? Can you really be that brainwashed that this man says racist crap constantly and you just turn the cheek because you have to vote for the blue team? To you, it's like a college game. Got to keep the red team back over there, and behind the 50. We got to get the blue team to score.
Right. As long as he's on the side that we think is for us, which they're not. They only use they use the black community more than they use anyone else in this country. Every 4 years.
Yep.
And then they disappear on y'all. I don't understand how you could still vote for somebody if you haven't caught on. Like, man, every time we go and vote, they say they're going to help us, but then we don't see them for another 4 years, and then they say they're going to help us again. But remember that last 4 years, they didn't help us at all.
It's
like, at what point do you not catch on to that?
We're at our time.
I know.
Wasn't it Hillary Clinton who was at a thing, and she gets this stupid Southern voice, and she goes, "They want to take the chains off Wall Street and put the chains back onto you," and something like that. And I was like,
"Yes, she did that." Who was it? Somebody else did. I think it was Joe Biden's wife that did something along those lines, said something about like tacos or some stuff.
Oh yeah, tacos about Mexican. Yeah. I mean,
she was at a Latino, like someplace where it was a heavily populated Latino area, and she said something about tacos, and they chewed her out for that.
Yeah, I mean, because it's racist.
Because they're starting to catch on, man. But why did it take so long?
I have Hispanics in my family. All right, and there was one that I know hates freaking tacos. Eat cheeseburgers every day.
What?
Good. Yeah. So,
I love tacos and I'm white, man.
Right. Put that Hispanic in me. You know what I mean? But that didn't sound right. Not
you got no homo.
So let's wrap it up on that bad note and
clip
Greg,
that.
You gotta say, hold on. You gotta say no homo.
No homo.
It was live. It's too late. You can't take it back. So
I meant to make that joke.
Devin, you can tell your story tomorrow,
Yeah.
but we got to wrap it up, guys. Please, again, like, subscribe, share. Excuse me.
Ring that bell.
Ring the bell. Yeah, stream it from the rooftops, and come back and see us tomorrow. Same time, same channel. Hope to see you there. Thanks.
Yourself,
have a good night.
Later, y'all. Y'all have a good night.
And peace out and harmony.